You know, you've had them say that, well, I got a little bit tired and I said, enough is enough. Let me go out there and set up my own business. And 2-3 years later, I cannot go back to employment. You've also had them say that, well, I lost my job and at that point I did not know where to begin, what to do. But then luck came and here I am. I set up a small business. I started small, but here I am. I cannot go back to employment. Then you ask them, even if they give you this amount of money, and they tell you, ata wanipatie ngapi, I am here to stay. Is it because it is so rosy? Certainly not. They'll tell you there are a lot of difficulties when you are, into business. You have employed yourself, you are into entrepreneurship, but they still soldier on. To them, it's a factor of making themselves rich and not working to make other people rich. So we want to understand about the perks of, being self-employed, and most importantly, just coming out of the space of being employed to a space where you can become an entrepreneur. These ones are the most successful people. These ones are the people who have the success stories. But just what is the secret behind this? And so we are delighted to have Tabitha Guy, who's an entrepreneur and has been in that space of employment, and for the longest of time decided to shift gears for whatever reason. Here she is. She says, this is the ultimate goal. I don't know what I was waiting for. I don't know why it took so long, but I'm glad that I'm here. Karibu sana.
Asante sana, Linda.
You are
Thank you
welcome
for
on the
having
TED.
us.
Thank you so much. And of course, people are looking forward to hear from you, who you are, what it is that you do, an entrepreneur in what line, and why entrepreneurship and not employment.
Okay, the story is long. The stories have been said by other people.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they say that situations make you, bring out the best in you, yeah?
Yeah.
So I have been employed for almost 17 years and just been in business for 3 years now.
Okay.
And the process has not been easy. The journey has not been easy, for sure. I am still in the process. But things happened as they happened, and I had to dive into full-time business.
Yeah.
I was employed and I was doing side hustles, as we call them.
Yes.
Until need comes and the side hustle has to be the main hustle. So COVID came, it hit everyone else as it did me.
Yeah.
And at that time I was in between jobs. So I say it's a blessing in disguise because I was just serving my notice as I'm waiting to report to another company. And that was in March 2020 when the country was locked down. So I wasn't able to report to the other company, because I was going to do retail. And that time everything else was locked. There was no transacting in the retail section. So I couldn't report until the countries opened. Okay. So my side hustle immediately had to turn into the main hustle. I was doing little supplies on the side as I was employed, and I was also running a small business which I had delegated. So after COVID happened, I had to come back in. In the longest time, you have been receiving calls from relatives and friends, get us jobs and everything. So in the back of my mind, I've always known that I wanted to create employment. That was my number one reason, just to be impactful in whichever small way I will be. Even if it is just giving that boda guy business or giving Mama Mfua business, in the least way, just be impactful to someone's life. So when that transition happened, I had to come back and now had to move the business from that small place to now full-time business, yeah? So I run a mini-mart. I also do supplies, general supplies. I also run a small business for cleaning and tea vending services. So basically just trying to put everything in place. Because put in mind, I started the business in 2020 when COVID was peak. So nothing will smoothly run. You'll have a little bit of this, because wherever you will be doing distribution or supplies, most offices were closed. Yeah. Most schools were closed. So that is the bigger chunk of the business. And most businesses were running low. So even if you're supplying to someone, payments will really delay. So I sat and thought, here are the bills. They're not going away. I mean, COVID has happened. There is no formal employment, but life has to move on. being a firstborn, of course. I have other obligations being an African daughter.
Right.
So I just had like to gear up and start moving on very fast. So having been in the sales and marketing space, though my profession is actually, my education is actually corporate communication, public relations.
Okay.
So I have never literally practiced that in formal employment, or even now in employment, in business. Yeah. So I've used my sales and marketing skills, which were what I practiced as an employee over those years, and just transit it to being a business. I have been looking for orders while I was employed. I've been looking for business for my bosses while I was employed. So I just thought, yeah, here I am, maybe in my small way, not as big as I used to, but I will use the same experience I had coming from employment and just use the same transition slowly by slowly. What has been the easiest transition was the relationships I had business-wise from my former employment. So, I mean, don't burn bridges. Don't burn bridges.
Oh, that's very important.
Yes. So people I have worked with before, colleagues and also clients have been the easiest transition process for me. Good friends. I have friends that have backed me up, because as I was leaving, I had issues with my salary. My former employer, COVID just hit the first few months, so I had arrears of salary. So you can imagine starting business with little or limited capital, and the country is closed, so everyone you know has no money. So it just needed a very strong support system. My family that needed to adjust. We have to cut costs in almost everything. Just live to the bare minimum to make sure that this baby grows. Because there are licenses, there are premises. There's something called goodwill that I just knew.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
When I started business, I just thought you're supposed to pay rent and
that's it.
licenses, and you're moving on. Like what else? Then things just hit you that actually it is not easy running a business, and people are really trying. And today I see Mama Mboga with 2 tomatoes. I respect that woman. That guy from Tura, just doing his thing, that guy has gone places. He's been to rock bottom and is up here. If he's able to spend that 1 shilling on you, he has worked on it.
Right.
Then there's now that comfort for salary, and now there's no salary. Now everyone else is looking at you. You have to work, make sure this thing makes profit as it grows, and you're also paying off your bills and debts, because I didn't have enough capital, I had like to borrow from chamas, from friends, from like literally debt everywhere. So you're working on paying the debts, you're working on growing the business, you're working on trying to be impactful. At least you're able to make someone's salary 1, 2, 3. That has been my long-term goal. So basically it has been bittersweet experience.
Bittersweet experience.
Yeah.
Perhaps I should ask this. What I started by saying, if you were told to go back to employment today, and I know it's 3 years into it and 17 years of employment, to rub off the memories and the goodness that came with that would be a tricky situation. But having gotten to where you are, would you take an about turn?
Honestly, no.
Oh yeah?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I want to go back there. One, because now I'm able to have time with family.
Yes.
When you're in sales, you know that targets are crazy. And as you grow up the ladder, the pressure is intense. The money is good. Of course, sales has commissions and it has per diems.
Yeah, if you get it right, you're good.
Yeah, you're good. But let me tell you, it comes with its own pressure. I will not speak of other professions, but I'll speak for sales and marketing. People who are in sales know that this is crazy. The hours are crazy. So my last job, I was heading the whole country, so I'll be traveling all over. And you have minimal time with children and family until you are branded a bad friend because you don't show up for weddings, baby showers, for burials. You are busy, and even if no one is following you, your targets are following you. Like, it's just a roller coaster of intense intense emotions, good times, highs, lows. You are done with a month, the next month is here. The targets have gone higher. So the pressure is almost double. You are getting those commissions, but you have no time like to even spend it with children. So you are buying your friends gifts to just make sure you are
at least
making up for the time.
There, yes.
Yeah, but it is not enough. You totally lose your social capital. You lose your friendships. You lose touch with family. I can remember like there is a time I was not able to attend anything at all for almost a year when I was transiting from a previous employer to now my last employer. And it was very, very cold and lonely times because you are always on the road. You are living in suitcases. Like weekends are crazy because you have to do up country. And noise is all over. Yeah, your team is on your case, your boss is on your case, family is on your case. It's like you're not getting anything right. As much as the money is there,
activities are ongoing.
Yeah, you're missing out. You're missing out. So when I was starting this, I have a son that is a preteen now, and they will outrightly tell me, "Hey, mom, these days, hey, you're never around. You're missing out on everything. You are doing homework on phone, like literally." Not that in the business it's not been like that, but I'm able to at least create time.
Next question: how different in the business? I thought it could even be worse.
It is worse, but now at least you can be able to plan by yourself and be able to be intentional. And now we have a program together, my husband, my children, and every other person, and I've made it intentional that this year and the years to come, I'm going to make up for that time. As much as the bags is not as I want it to be, but I'll put in effort for my business and still invest in my friendships, invest in my family and my children especially. So I thought it was the right time because now they are preteens and they really need time. And I think it was just a blessing in disguise.
Oh, that's great. And forget about the aspect of employment, but in line with business, 3/4 of the people that are running successful businesses today will tell you, well, this is not what I studied for. But I'm in a totally different world. Does it feel like it was a waste of time going to school? Would you tell someone, please,
No.
I mean, be rest assured that if this is what you're studying for, then this is exactly what it is that you will do?
No. I have integrated whatever I studied a lot in my business. I have been able, in my own small capacity, maybe not corporate communication, but in my own small way, I've really integrated what I've studied. Public relations in any capacity is applicable. As it will be a minister in church, you still have to be having public relations. As that mutura guy, you have to talk to everyone else. Despite the smoke, wakaya hapo now, they eat the mutura there. You know, like there is not, for me, there is no way that it is going to waste. And I wouldn't advise anyone not to go to school because still, even if you are doing the tenders and application of the jobs, they still want to know, like, are you competent? Do you have the papers? What are the director's qualifications? You know, even in the application of the tenders, they want to sometimes even ask for CVs. It is that serious. So you can't shelve education. And also it has given me confidence to be able to sit in rooms and bargain my own stand. I'm sure if I was not having that confidence, I might shy away from corporate businesses, maybe. So, and also I have enjoyed my education for like 17 years. So there is no way that it goes to waste. And most other people have practiced what they've studied. So my story may be different, but everyone else's story is not the same as mine. So education is important, even for your own self-actualization, for your own confidence. It is very, very important.
Your peer line is quite distinct.
It is.
That one I have to acknowledge.
Thank you.
I think I agree to what it is that you say. You spoke about burning bridges, which is very, very important. It's a cocktail of emotions. Sometimes you are losing your job. Sometimes, you know, the HR comes and say, you know, out of a team of 10, it is you that is going. You look at yourself and you're thinking, am I the sacrificial lamb? Why me and all that and everything. It is only human not to, you know, even, I mean, it's human that you'd feel like, I do not even need to keep contact with these people. It is human that you'd feel like, you know, these are the worst people, employers that I've ever met in life and all that. And so in such a moment, you know, within a spark or, you know, within a blink of an eye, you are burning these bridges, as you can see, and you feel like you're justified to do that. Could you please speak to some of these people that would be tempted to get into such space?
Well, we all know that you cannot know the future. So having that in mind, you are supposed to know that you cannot just live as an island. And this whole world is just a circle. So you might be leaving this end, but you might come from behind again. So starting this business, I've had very good recommendation from my former bosses.
Okay.
And I've also gotten business from them, because I've worked with them before. If I needed maybe to supply someone with goods that I can get from my former boss, I have no problem going back and just asking, I need this, and I'll get discounts that I maybe not qualify, but because I have a good relationship with the company, I'm giving those discounts.
Right.
You understand? And it is not just to work, even friendships, because I have also gone back to my friends and even asked for jobs or contracts from them, because you never know who you'll meet in the next office. You might just find someone you worked with and was very junior to you at that time, or you didn't even cross path, you just ignored the whole process. But because you had a good relationship, that cleaner might be a boss somewhere else some time back, or might be able to tell you information that will help you get a business. Maybe they know a tender process, for example, or they know the decision maker of that company you're looking for business. So that information might help you get good business. Basically, everyone is important. However you relate to them. Even your own house help, you never know where next you'll be. And she might give you information. I am saying information because it's the biggest power.
Okay.
Someone might not give you money, but they can give you information to help you get money. So as much as you relate with someone today, just know that things can change very fast. Things can change very fast. And that person might be the only ticket you need to get anything you want in life. So it's to the bare minimum. You relate to your help well, she treats your children right. You relate to your parents well, they pray for you, they bless you. You know, even those people you hurt, friends you borrow money from, pay. So that at the end of the day, you have a good relationship. So it's as little as that. How are you burning bridges? You're not paying a debt from a friend. And you have had people saying, you lend someone money, a friend, you lose money and you lose the friendship. So that is not how it's supposed to be. Because at the end of the day, you're coming out even with books that can't get you a bank loan. So who will you go back to? A friend. You denied to pay the money for the friend, and now here she's a Chama official that needs to authorize your money. So it comes back. It becomes
a problem. Okay, so learning and adjusting is very, very important, and also not losing yourself in the process of setting up a business and all that. These are key things that perhaps would be our take home today, you know, based on your experience and based on your knowledge on how, you know, one can get into the world of entrepreneurship and successfully thrive. Number one, invest. Save as much as you can. When you're employed, please save. Please save. I cannot emphasize that a lot. I cannot redo it again. Just save. If COVID has not been the best way to learn that, we should learn that today. Invest as much as you want. Save as much as you want. Because once you're out here, nothing is for free. Nothing is for free. You need to photocopy a document, you need money. You need to print a document, it is that little from even just painting your wall. You want to start, even if it's an online business, you need data. You need a good gadget. You need to be taking photos of those products. Just invest, make sure you have money, because once you come out, the business does not break even immediately. The process, and it varies. Some people it will take up to 6 months, others even years. So you understand that this process of investing, you need to be still paying your bills, still going on with life, So when you have enough savings, you are able to take the risk with confidence. You're able to take the risk and run with it. But if you don't have any money to start, because even if people are supporting you, you need to be somewhere so that we are helping you grow. But if you are nowhere, how will we start? You just have an idea. How will we start? It becomes a problem.
So even if you're going to the banks, they ask you how far are you? Or what do you have? What are we working with? Even in the basic Chama. I'm saying Chama because it is the basic for every woman or for everyone. Now even men have Chamas. It is the basic of everything. People need to see, if we are giving you the money, you will be able to pay. So save as you start your business. Save, please, as you work, as you work to start a business. Save as much as you can. Try to keep good relations as you're working. Get contacts and learn everything of whatever you're learning. Learn how that business you are working for started, how it's going, and any other people, how their business. Just learn from other people. I have many people that I have admired how they've run their business. And then another thing, it can never be the right time to start.
Okay.
If you feel your gut feeling that it is time, it is time.
It is time.
It can never be. There is no red light or green light like it is time now. No.
Again.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is no enough little money to start business. There isn't.
Okay.
So I hear some people saying, oh, the business I want needs how many. The story of Tuskys, for example, the guy started with just a table.
Right.
A story that it went down the drain, but the business was booming.
Yes.
He started with a table like this, and he wrote whatever he was selling there. So I'm trying to imagine at that time, he never saw Tuskys as a big vision, and he never saw the business booming as it was. So just start with whatever you have. Start with whatever you have. Now, another thing is passion. Do whatever you love. If it is business, you are a good hairdresser, do something to do with hair.
That should drive you.
It should drive you, because at the end of the day, there are those days that money is no longer an incentive, but the passion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Thank you so much, Tabitha Guy. And I know time flies.
I know.
Just like that, we're supposed to be out of here. Briefly, your business and perhaps whether we can support in any way as we close it.
So my company is called Leon Enterprises. We do supplies, general supplies. We also do printing and advertising. We also have a mini mart that we run in Kitengela. Hopefully, we'll be growing soon. And we also do distribution for dry goods. That is dry goods and provisions. That is from long life milk, from everything that you use, bottled water, printing papers, pens, and all that. We also do corporate teas, like the ones you're serving here. So there's someone who is doing that job.
I agree.
Then we also do cleaning services.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So how
and we are hoping to grow
and we quite an enterprise. Okay.
Yeah.
Your contacts or your pages now that today we are online.
We have Leon Enterprises on Facebook, but the rest of my pages are just Tabitha Guy, Tabby Guy. Instagram @tabigai_, and Twitter @tabigai. It's basically Tabby Guy. I believe I'm a brand by myself.
Oh, that's good. That's the whole idea. So check her out and perhaps see whether there's that need that will be met by the services that she is offering. Thank you so much once again, Tabitha Guy, for sharing your story and above everything for reminding us of the great insights that we need. I take a lot of lessons from you this morning, and perhaps a reminder that really we cannot afford to sit pretty. Thank you.
I know.
All right. We close at this very point, not in totality again. We expound on this conversation of business after this short break.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Yeah, like you see, these are the fabrics we use for the sofas. Yeah, there are different types of fabrics. Sabak.
This is the best way to go. Eat color, eat raw, like this is alive. Well, 2022 is behind us. 2023 is here with us. What are your plans? We here at TV47's Morning Cafe have great plans for you. We're talking about information, we're talking about entertainment, we're talking about the greatness for the year. So make sure that you're always with us every morning.
Kwa muonekano wao hauwezi ukajua waliopitia. Kwa sura zao zinapong'aa hauwezi ukafahamu changamoto zao. Nyuma yao ipo stori na historia. Katika kipindi Ufahamu Kiongozi tunakupa nafasi kuweza kuwafahamu kila siku ya Alhamisi kuanzia saa 1:30 kuendelea. Nami Elizabeth Mutuku.
Your health matters, and Body Garage is here to guide you on it.
Someone's, after using the medication, the virus number of the HIV in someone's body will start to go.
My medication, wherever I go, I must make sure I'm committed to my medication. Yes, and I should watch what I'm eating. I should not just eat from everywhere or not just eat anything.
We talk mental, physical, and spiritual health. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. Lover of farming? Well, Kilimo Diaries is your home for different farming ventures, crops, animals, and so much more. Every Sunday, with a new year comes endless possibilities, and as we continue to tell the stories of those abled differently, do make sure to join us on Beyond the Limit every Saturday at 7:30 p.m.